Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the HPI-Racing Baja Q32, a little RC car. Had quite a few requests to do this review, and being that it has the HPI name on it, I was kind of expecting pretty good things from it. Though I have to say I'm a little bit underwhelmed by it, just not really blown away by it. It does have proportional steering, which is pretty nice in something this small. It's 1/32 scale, so it is a very small car, and usually these just have full turn one way or the other. You don't get proportional steering. So it is nice to see proportional steering, and it is pretty fast for its size. However, the canopy and the spoiler here, you have to put all these decals on yourself, and then you had to use double sticky tape to attach the spoiler, and then the canopy just goes on the body with some Velcro, so it doesn't stay in place very well. I found it to come off sometimes and just kind of get in the way. But I don't really even understand why it came that way. Like, why do I have to put on stickers, first of all? I mean, for the price, I thought that, I hate dealing with stickers. I mean, especially when they're this small, and I kind of have OCD, so like trying to get the stickers all on straight, and they get wrinkles in them, and they just don't really quite line up right, so just kind of frustrating. And for the price, I think this was $45 or something. I would have expected it to be, ready to go and not have to deal with stickers. And it only has these foam tires. There's no rubber tires, so it just has this weird kind of, porous foam, which, it works decent on some surfaces. I've heard if you get the tires wet, it actually works a little bit better on smooth surfaces. But like, on this like wood or a tile floor, like in my kitchen, it just spins out like crazy. I mean, these tires pretty much get no grip. But outdoors on like, the street or concrete or whatever, it gets pretty good grip and it doesn't spin out. But I also found, like, trying to run it in the kitchen, these foam tires just gather hair. And, having long hair myself and having two cats, and even after I swept the floor and tried to get it as clean as possible, after a while it just gathers hair, and then it gets all jammed in between the wheel and the frame there. And so I just had a bunch of hair gathered up in there that I had to then tweezer out. And so like the Air Hogs Hyper Trax is pretty much the same thing, same size, but it comes with optional wheels. You can either have the foam or the rubber wheels, and I found that the rubber wheels work much better indoors. They don't gather the hair. So again, another disappointment for the price and having the HPI name. I would have expected a choice of, wheel materials. Give me rubber wheels as well. This is the transmitter, which is a pretty nice transmitter. It's a good little size, but still everything you would expect. A nice rubber grip on the wheel there, so it feels good in the hands. It does have steering trim there. It also has manual steering trim there on the car itself, so you get quite a bit of option for the steering trim. The charger is built in the transmitter here, so you've got this cable that pulls out, and that's how you charge it. It does not come with a USB charger, so your only option is to charge off the transmitter, which then you're going to eat up your batteries pretty quick. So again, for the price and being HPI name, I would have liked to see a USB charger, so I could use that when I'm at home and save my batteries, and then have the transmitter charger option for on the run, out at the field or whatever. It comes with a couple, well, more than a couple, quite a few little like track markers. You kind of lay these down to like lay out a little course if you want to try to make a path or whatever, but fairly pointless. And then this is part of the packaging, basically. So This is inside the box, you know, kind of fits in there like that, and the car and transmitter and everything was in it. But it's then designed so you take it out and flip it upside down like this, and now it becomes a little ramp. So that's kind of cool that, you know, they at least use something that would normally be garbage and made it reusable, so you can actually have a little bit of a ramp now. So that's pretty cool. You know, I enjoyed that. That was pretty clever. So let's see the details. I'm not sure how big the battery is, but it takes 50 minutes to charge, and you get 7 to 10 minute run times. You know, obviously it's going to vary depending on how hard you're driving it. Pretty much only a concrete driver. You're definitely not going to get this out in the grass. Maybe do a little bit on, you know, off-road and kind of some, you know, light gravel. But for the most part, this is a smooth surface runner. Obviously, it's a brushed motor in this size, and it's only two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. The front wheels are just steer wheels, no power going to those. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's all there is to say about it. So let's go check out some run footage. Alright, this is the run review of the HPI-Racing Baja Q32, little 30-second scale buggy. It's just two-wheel drive with the foam wheels, so not really an off-roader. I'm going to keep it over here on the concrete, but I've got the little ramp that comes in the packaging, so we'll do some jumps off of that. First, we'll just kind of give it a spin, and it likes to spin out with those foam wheels, and I'm not a huge fan of this thing. It's pretty quick for its size. There's full speed. There we go, spinning out as soon as you try to turn. Yeah, like you just have to slow down into your turns. But pretty quick little guy. I feel like this is a lot like the Air Hogs Hyperactives. The original Hyperactives is just a very overpriced version of it. Let's do some jumps, or not. It's pretty hard to hit that little ramp, especially going fast. There's a decent jump. Just spin out if you floor it. Ah, man. Man, it's hard to hit that ramp. Ah, trying to go full speed off of it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to line it up right. Oh. A little tourist. So I guess it's kind of cool that the packaging doubles as a ramp, but a little bit tricky to actually use. Get pretty good jumps off of it though. Ah. I really wish it came with some rubber tires, not just these foam things. Ooh, there's a good jump. Not a good landing though. I think, does this have... No, there's not dual rates on the steering. Yeah, you pretty much can't turn it all at full speed or it just peels out like that, spins out. It is proportional steering. And even just the slightest turn at full speed sends it in a spin. I think that's because of the foam wheels. Ooh, a little wheelie there for a second. Alright, let's take it out into the street and see if that kind of pavement's a little more grippy. It's still wanting to spin out quite a bit. Man. It's a pretty fun curb here. It's got a curve to it so I can do these jumps off of it. Let's do that for a little bit. Call it quits after that. It's a perfect curve on this curve here for it to just roll right up. That's pretty fun. Alright, let's do one more big jump. Alright, well, I think that was a pretty good sample there. That's the HPI-Racing Baja Q32. I like the transmitter, pretty neat little transmitter, but I don't know, not overly impressed with this. Not a huge fan. I think the original Air Hogs Hyperactive is pretty much the same thing and cheaper and comes with rubber tires and a roll cage and whatnot. So anyway, check the video description for a price and purchase link if you're interested, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.